Next up, we've got the Ego Busters. They are 2-3-1. As we've already mentioned, they are in last place, which has never happened before. Last season, they were in first place the whole season. Even after stage one, this season they were in second or third. But now after stage two, he is all the way at the bottom. Greg Jovi and his team. Gary J, Brandon Espinosa both sitting out, not even going to be at stage three. Danny Adams is in a special challenge match. It does not apply to the series. It does not apply to their record. So his core players are sitting out. We've alluded to it, so I'm just going to get right to it, Andrew. Can Mikaze and Stephen Kennedy, can anybody trust Greg Jovi?
Boy, you asked the hard question, and earlier I think I alluded to it too. I guess he's the big bulldog, right? That's my analogy. He's this guy, big, loud bark, and he likes to think he's a big bulldog. I think he's a little chihuahua. He's got a really big bark, but there's not much behind him. And when that chihuahua is cornered, he'll do anything to get back to where he is, outside of that corner. I think he can be trusted because he has no other choice. If he decides to turn on Mikaze or Kennedy or on anybody, he has no options left. His big dogs are gone. So he's alone in the pen, and he's got a lot of big hogs surrounding him. I think he can be trusted because he has no other choice.
Really? You are the first person. You are the king of the anti-Jovi club.
Anti-Ego Busters.
If you watch back on the DVDs, it's Drew Exono Jr. just bashing him in this pink shirt. Let me tell you guys about a story about Greg Jovi. This is behind the scenes. Let's go back to Championship Spectacular. I saw Greg going up to the young guys like Jeff Gant and Steve Orino who are trying to make a name for themselves in the PWCS. And he's like, hey kids, I need to get some new ring ropes for the ring and stuff, because Greg Jovi is a co-owner. And he's getting, some money from them. Here he comes up to me, and he says, I need some money for new ring stairs, which I would love to have ring stairs. I'm not very nimble. Stairs would be nice for the ring. So I give him $20. I don't see anything happen of that, but you know what I do see? I see that money go into the pocket of the undead zombie princess, Jimmy Jacobs. So, can you trust him? If he goes up to take money from young guys and from me, I'm neutral in all this. Take money out of our pockets and give to Jimmy Jacobs.
Well, we've already mentioned, nobody more critical of Jovi than I.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I say this all with a humongous grain of salt. You'd have to go to the ocean to see how much salt I'm carrying behind this for Jovi. Now, you mentioned that, and I'm well aware of that story. But there's a difference. That's Jovi on top. That's Jovi when he knows he has the luxury, when he can afford to, unfortunately, abuse wonderful employees like you and some young stars in our company. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But again, this isn't a trust of, has he changed as a person? No. He has no other options. He's gone. He's out of it. If Chaos Nation wins the Tammy Jovi Memorial Trophy, as much as he wants to be a bad, big guy, that means more to him than anything on this planet. And the only way he gets there is if he can unite and get rid of Chaos Nation.
Yeah, but it's probably an overarching plot. The song remains the same with him. Cheat to win. Backstab to win. Once a snake, always a snake. He's going to snake his way to a victory.
So you think he's good-intentioned for this upcoming show on selfish grounds? Is that safe to say?
There's no other way. It's Greg Jovi. Don't think I haven't forgotten who this guy is. And it would not surprise me at the end. Maybe it would. And maybe I got to talk to him. I got to see him, and we're going to invite him to ringside for this. Just to see, because I got to interview him. And I'm going to ask him myself to make sure that this guy, you know what? That was a desperate man at the end of that last stage. That was a very desperate man. And a desperate man is a dangerous thing. There's always going to be that little part of me that wouldn't be surprised if he tries to blow it up. But he has no other options here. So maybe that trust is floundered the next show, or maybe at the Championship Spectacular. But right now, with the Chaos Nation as strong as they are, with all three teams with big, big problems, there is nobody he can trust except for these two guys. And these two guys, Mikaze and Kennedy, have to trust him. That's the weird thing. When you need it, I think it happens.
It's
down the road.
It's something I never thought I'd see. Kennedy, Mikaze, and Jovi all sharing a ring and not beating the crap out of each other.
If Mikaze can trust him, I can trust him. Let's put it that way.
Okay.